Hey, nice girl, Jen, and welcome to Girl Talk Tuesday. We are still in No Excuses June. And so today I wanted to touch on the excuses that successful people do not make. So we're getting close to ending this month, and we've covered many different excuses and how to overcome them and why we make them to begin with. But this month has been all dedicated to not making excuses so that you can produce more into your business and so that you don't go into a downward spiral as you enjoy the summer and tend to put things on the back burner and take a break. So stay tuned, because today we are going to be talking about the type of excuses that successful people do not make. And if you are making any of these, then that's why you are currently struggling. Hey ladies, let's get started with Girl Talk Tuesday. If you are new to watching me, I am Jennifer Delatorre, creator founder of Nice Girls Finish Last, where I help women in businesses take their side hustles to six figures. Make sure you say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you're catching this on YouTube, subscribe, give us a like, and thank you very much for joining. So we are getting close to wrapping up No Excuses June, one of my favorite months of every year that we dedicate to stop making excuses. But first, you have to realize what excuses you are making. Now, a lot of them, you make them so often you don't even realize they're an excuse anymore. You just think it's just a way to be. It's just what it is, right? And here's the thing, and something we've touched on before. Fear causes us to not do a lot of the things that we would like to do, we thought about doing, maybe talk to other people about. And it's in these moments when we feel this fear that one of two things happen. We either go ahead and give in to the fear and not take action when we know we should, because we become afraid and we start thinking about all of the what ifs, or we push through and do them anyway, despite the fear that we feel. And I can relate to this on many different occasions where I felt fearful to take action on a new venture. Obviously, business is one of them. And so if you've been able to at least get past that part and you've started up a business of your own, then you already are familiar with pushing through some fear, because you can't say that you did that and feel 100% confident that everything was going to work out so magically, right? But you did it anyways. But now here's the thing. A lot of people will get into business, they'll start it up, they'll start doing things that they think is what they need to be doing in order to see growth in their business. And then they notice that the numbers aren't changing. Either they're not climbing at all and they never have been, or you've pretty much plateaued on what you're producing in your business, or maybe even declining. And so it's really important to realize that now you're faced again with another set of decisions to make and another whole set of fears that come in when you have to make these kind of decisions on where to take your business, how to see more growth, how are you going to change what's going on currently in your business and make a difference and see an improvement. And so you're still going to be faced with those same familiar fears that you were when you started your business to begin with. So I wanted to talk about, there's actually a list of about 10 of them, but today I just wanted to talk about the top 5 fears that successful people do not make. And so I seen someone post in a Facebook group recently about, why do you think most people don't reach success with their business, and so few do? And people were putting their different answers, why they felt that most people don't succeed. And while a lot of them were good, it comes back to making excuses on the things you need to do. Most people will see a problem, be uncomfortable with it, sit on it, but then they use these 5 excuses that I've picked out from the list on giving that to be the reason why they don't change what's going on. And so let's talk about that right now. Okay, so number 1, not having enough time. You guys have heard this before. You've made this excuse before. I've talked about this excuse before. And really, let's be honest, if we're going to be nice girls finish last, it's one of the lamest excuses that you can make, because everybody has the same hours in the day, and some people accomplish very little. Some people can accomplish a whole lot. So what's the difference? And as I have mentioned in the past, it comes back to poor time management. You don't know how to be strict with your time. You don't know how to manage your time. And nice girls, you don't know how to say no to things that will be added to your schedule, to obligations that you don't have to take on, but you do anyways because you don't want to be, you want to be liked, and you're afraid that you won't be liked if you say no. And so you don't say no. So not having enough time, you can cross that one off your list and stop using it, because you do have enough time.
You do have enough time.
Repeat after me. Because here's what you need to do. You need to take a look at your schedule. You need to figure out, okay, what can I drop from this schedule? I know that you are spending a lot of time doing things throughout the day that are wasteful. If it's scrolling on Facebook, if it's watching another political video on YouTube, if it's dozing out, if it's catching up on some Netflix series, I'm sorry, but those are time-consuming activities that you don't have to do. I was noticing that a post that I did roughly a year ago on Instagram, and it was just a picture, of course, but then in the description I had posted that I had survived a 24-hour fast, and I had mentioned how I had gotten a lot of stuff done, because you got to keep yourself busy, because when you are not keeping yourself busy and your stomach is growling and you really want to eat something delicious, you got to keep your mind off how you're feeling. And so you have to keep busy. And so I basically went on to mention that I got a lot more done in the day than I usually do, because it was more like, okay, now what can I do? Now what can I work on? And so it was an eye-opener, because it also lets you know a lot of the ways that throughout the day you're wasting a lot of time. Yes, could you be working a 9 to 5? Could you be working a 9 to 7? Could you be then coming home and having to prepare dinner, or having to make sure the kids get their baths, and catching up on some bills you need to pay, and all that stuff? Yes, there are days that are very busy. There are days where you do feel like, when can I take a break? Yes. But that is not every single day. And even if you feel like your schedule is pretty full every single day, if you really sat down and evaluated, maybe even keep a journal. People going on a weight loss journey often keep a journal to help kind of keep track of their feelings, what they're eating, all that stuff, to help evaluate what's really going on. Maybe you need to keep a time journal. But by not doing that, and not just taking that suggestion I just threw out there that just came to my head right now and did not plan this in my notes at all to mention, is making another excuse and not solving the problem. Okay? So not having enough time, we're done with that. You have time. Will you have the time to do every single little thing you want to do in one day? No. But you have time to keep adding things to your schedule that will help you for what you're trying to build in the future. Do you need to set up a new CRM for your business? Do you need to reorganize your office? Do you need to come up with a better, more effective plan of following up with new leads than what you're currently doing? You have the time to implement these tasks and to make a change and see it happen. Okay. Second excuse that successful people do not make: I'm tired. Of course you're tired. We're all tired. I'm tired right now and I'm doing this video. My voice is already tired. But when you have your quote unquote dreams, You have a decision to make once again. Are you going to just be like, well, I'm going to give in to how tired I feel and go lay out on the couch with a cold drink and watch some TV? Or are you going to do what you need to do regardless and pursue those dreams regardless of how tired you feel? Look, I'm all about getting good sleep, okay? I don't like to be up way past later than I need to be, because then I know in the morning I'm not going to feel good. So on the same note, you can still go to sleep at a decent hour if you need to and wake up at a regular hour, but there's going to be some nights where you're working overtime and you're going to be staying up a few more hours. There's going to be times where throughout the day you would love to take a 3 p.m. nap or chill by your pool or whatever the case may be, but you won't because you have things to do. Because if your dreams mean anything to you, and dreams here meaning your business, your dreams that you have for your business and where you see your business going, you're going to do it regardless of how tired you feel. Disclaimer, you still have to take care of yourself and your health and your well-being, so don't ever feel ashamed to do that or guilty to do that. But if you're just constantly making the excuses, I'm just too tired to do something, you might want to evaluate if you even really want what you had originally put down that you want to go after. You may not. It may have just sounded nice. Okay, number 3, I don't have the right skills. I hope none of you are using that, because nobody has the right skills when they start off. Nobody does. No matter what you want to be in life, no one has the skills. You might have some kind of self-starting skills or what do you call it, talents or whatever that may help make it easier for you, or where you'd be a better candidate to be in a certain position to do certain things. But nobody has the skills to start out. You have to start somewhere. And if you're going to let pride get in your way, I don't want to start at the bottom, I don't want to figure it out, I don't want to ask for help, then yeah, use that as your excuse. Go ahead and throw that one in there. And in 10 years, we'll see you're in the same place. So not having the right skills, no excuse for it. Because if you don't have the right skills, then you need to learn and develop those skills. And you need to get help where you can get help. So no more using that excuse. That is number 3 on what successful people do not say and do not use as an excuse not to succeed. Number 4, fourth excuse of excuses that successful people do not make. I have never done that before. Well, so what? That's what I want you to ask yourself. So what? There are a lot of things that I've never done before, and I found a way and made a plan and did them. And now I can say, yes, I've done this, and this, and that. Don't let that be your excuse of why you're not going to move forward with your business or get help with your business or change something that keeps happening in your business that you know is just bringing you down, holding you back, not working. But because you haven't done something before, doesn't mean 1, that it's not going to work. Doesn't mean 2, that it won't be the solution that you're looking for. And also doesn't mean 3, that it won't lead you to what you should find, the answer you should find on solving that particular problem. So going back to like excuse number 3 of I don't have the right skills, it kind of reminds me of that too. There's a first time for everything, and you're never going to make it any further, and you're never going to see any change if you're always sitting back in your little comfort zone of what you're familiar with and what you've done before and what you know already works. But if what you already know that works isn't taking you where you want it to take you, it's time to realize that and make a change and look for other options, look for other solutions. So by the way, my answer to that person's question in that Facebook group that I mentioned is I said it's because every time there happens to be a problem of some type, a challenge of some type, they never look for the solution. No matter how small it may be, they never look for the solution. They're always just sitting there dwelling on the problem. And this is why it is. This is the way it is. And that's why things don't change. instead of how can we change this. They don't do that. So if you want my honest opinion and from my experience in business, it's because you're never looking for another solution. Okay, so this didn't work out. Why? What can we do about it? What can we try? There has to be a solution. Even if that solution means stop doing that altogether and reinvent a whole new way of getting it done, then that's just what has to be done. All right, fifth excuse that successful people do not make. I don't have enough money yet. Well, I'm going to break it down to you. You'll probably never have enough money to do what it is you want to do if you're watching this and you haven't even started your business to begin with. Or if you're watching this and you've started your business and you've maybe asked around and tried to inquire getting some serious help for your business in sales or marketing or recruiting or staffing or whatever. And you just at the time was like, I can't afford it. Your business is supposed to work so that it can bring in the money and so that you can afford more things. Maybe you're not budgeting well. Maybe you're not saving well. Maybe you're just being stingy on the dollar. Not sure. But again, most people, it's not really that they don't have enough money. Most people, they just think they don't have enough money. Because I've often seen people say, I don't have money, but then we'll go spend double of what the cost is that they needed on a trip, on a TV, on new clothes, on a kid's sports thing or whatever. So don't use that as an excuse. Find a way to get the money. Find a way to save the money. Find a way to sacrifice things you're already paying that you don't need in your life. One of the things we used to love to say in the past is cable. You don't need cable. You know how expensive that is? And for what? If you're actually looking to build your dreams, then why are you throwing money away down the drain every single month when you could be using that to build your business in whichever way you need to use it? So we will have one or two other videos with No Excuses June talking more about excuses, but I wanted this to be an eye-opener for you ladies. If you do plan and truly believe you'll be successful, then there are some serious excuses you've been making that you are not crushing, that you are not getting rid of. I've spoken to, many women in the past, but just thinking of one in particular, I want your help. I need your help, but I can't afford that right now, whatever the case may be. And it may not even been a big investment that they were looking to. Maybe it was our membership, our monthly membership or whatnot. And then like down the road, they're in the exact same place. Had they maybe not used the fifth excuse or not used the number fourth excuse of never doing that before, not sure how it's going to work out. We all know the quote that we love to say Einstein said, whether or not he said it or not, about insanity. But yet many people continue to do the same thing over and over again. And then they wonder why they're no further. If it's not working, it's not working. Find a solution. Mix it up. There's a different answer out there. But to continue to do the exact same thing, got to ask yourself, is it because you don't have the solution or is it because you just love making excuses? So just keeping it real with you ladies. Hope you enjoyed this live. Share this with other women entrepreneurs. By the way, we do have, if you're catching this before the 24th, we do have a live online event talking about how to make $1,000 in 7 days. So if you have not registered yet, go to nicegirlsfinishlast.com. Sign up for that. The replay will be up for 72 hours following the event, but only if you are registered. First 10 people to register will receive a free business strategy call with me, if those are not already gone as I'm telling you this. And all people registered will receive a free gift. So go and sign up now. I'll talk to you ladies soon. Hope you enjoyed this. Take care and make sure to share this.